And in today's Hot Takes, Akiko, we got to discuss quite a bit here because we got a long list of incentives now racking up across the country when it comes to incentivizing Americans to get vaccinated. Of course, we highlighted one of the tastiest incentives, Krispy Kreme, giving free donuts to anyone who could show their vaccine card. We highlighted that with the CEO of Krispy Kreme right here on the show. But a couple other incentives to note here, including New York raffling off 50 full college scholarships in New York for kids who get vaccinated ages 12 to 17, and also Ohio's first $1 million winner in their Vax-A-Million lottery for people who get vaccinated. So, Kiko, I mean, the incentives are stacking up, which makes me feel bad because, I did it before we got all these things.
But that's a cynical look, right? I mean, Zach, you and I got the vaccine without any incentives. And here we are talking about either $1 million or a free ride to college. It's interesting when you look at the Ohio numbers, because you could argue they kind of started this trend with other states following in on their incentives. More than 2.7 million adults signed up for that $1 million prize. More than 104,000 kids, 12 to 17, entered for the college scholarship. My question is, which is the better incentive? The $1 million or the free ride to college? Because we've seen other states follow in Ohio's footsteps.
Yeah, and you got to adjust for the odds. You got to do net present value. There's a lot of calculations there to do which one's best. I would give the shout out to New Jersey for being on brand there with their shot and a beer combo when it comes to getting a free beer for getting the shot. I think brand value also matters here too. And I'm not sure what that says about Ohio and their love for lotteries or other states out there in theirs. But you're right. Maybe it's cynical to be focused in on the incentives as a negative. But you got to wonder, I mean, it kind of incentivizes you to wait and see what else you can get. So maybe you wait a little bit longer to say, what's in it for me? But kind of strange that we even have to do this, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the president has said he wants about 70% of the population vaccinated by July 4th. Still well off of that when you look at the national numbers. I think I'm with you in that $1 million sounds great, but when you think about the odds, is that really the incentive that gets people to get the vaccine versus a guaranteed free beer, free donuts? I feel like the food, drinks always have the better incentive. One state that I thought was a little creative was Maine. They are offering free fishing licenses and LL Bean gift cards, which I would argue is very Maine. But obviously they're putting that forward because they think it's an attractive offer.
Yeah, they might edge out New Jersey for being even more on brand there. But, I mean, all of these things, clearly, they're all meant for the right reason when it comes to driving people to get vaccinated out there. But I don't know what that says about me, who was just in line for the donut. I mean, having Krispy Kreme donut was enough to get me on board. But, I mean,
but you get it for the full year. You get it for the full year. It's not just one donut.
Yeah, you can go back as many as you want, and yet I still haven't gone in yet because that's just, I guess I'm lazy that way. But, I mean, it's working too, right, Akiko? I mean, all of these things are working when you think about where we're at in the pandemic and President Biden's goal of 70% by July. We're on pace, right? So, I mean, things are working.
Yeah, and if you look at Ohio's numbers, they've said that vaccination rates jumped about 33% when they started this campaign. There's more millions to be given out. They're giving out another scholarship as well. So the thinking, at least in that state, is you have to keep this going because just like we've seen with other vaccines or other states, their numbers ticked up when the campaign was launched, but then it kind of tailed off. And so, I mean, maybe those who are holding out for better incentives, that may be a better game plan. But we should say that health experts we've had on say, just go out and get vaccinated. No incentive needed, I think, just go out and get vaccinated.
Yeah, I mean, I think the vaccine stats speak for themselves. That should probably be the most important incentive, I suppose, there in terms of the health impacts and the safety around all that for your loved ones.